Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Food Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Livecast. Today we're talking about art as life. Literally creating your life as an artist. As we know, artists are creators, and we are claiming here and affirming that you can literally, as an artist, with your particular canvas being your life, creating your actual life, literally, as an artist would create a canvas, a painting, a composition. All right, so thanks for being here. Let's dive right into the topic. So point one is that, as we know, just by being alive, that all the things around us, if you look around your crib, your home, um, all the things around us began as ideas in someone's mind. Our pianos, our desks, the chairs that we sit in, the tapestries on our walls, the art, of course, on our walls, the music that we play on our records and our streaming devices began as an idea in someone's mind. And we may not always think of people who create a chair, or at least the original ideal of a chair, if it's mass produced, especially as an artist, but they are, because that chair came from someone's imagination. It may have been eventually codified and mass produced, and we get it off of Amazon or something else. But originally, it began as someone's idea. Because everything, literally everything, first begins as a thought, and then that particular thing is made manifest. So, if you can just embrace that and think about your own life and think about applying that principle to your own life, it's a game changer, right? Point two is you want to then, in your own life, begin to engage in that process, like practically, by knowing, hey, I have the power to create my own life. Well, how do I do that? How do I begin to create my own life? Well, if you know this show, we talk a great deal about the impact and import of meditation, visualization, various modes of spirituality, yoga, just finding ways to commune with we call it God, we call it one love in my family, with the one love that is everywhere, including inside of you, and being able to tap into that creative energy. Because if you know even a little bit about the so-called world religions or spiritual traditions of different peoples, one of the fundamental aspects of the God principle is that God is a creator, right? We live in America, and this is primarily a country of Christians, and in that tradition, they believe that God is a creator, right? And that's true for folks across the spectrum of spiritual beliefs, right? So when you can identify with the idea that, okay, man, if I can commune with the original primordial thing that was here first, people call it God, people call it Yahweh, people call it Jesus, people call it, again, we call it one love in my family. I am tapping into the creative energy that is the world, but that created, that brought forth the world. Again, we just know from science that the energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes form. So in my belief system, an ancient African Kemetic belief system, they believe, and I believe, that in the beginning there was just one thing. From that that oneness essentially subdivided itself, over a period of a millennia, and became what we, as first as an energetic form, and became what we have now, planets and stars and people, which is why, as we now know, that as carbon-based beings, the carbon-based being that we are, that carbon is also out in the world, as people, as scientists now kind of laughingly say, but it's true, that we're made of stardust, because we share the fundamental qualities of the stars, which is just, for me, more scientific evidence that there was just a oneness in the beginning, and from that oneness we have all emerged. All right, so if you can just tap into that, this idea that, oh man, I'm a part of the one creative thing, so I have the power to do what that thing, that one creative original thing was, which is to create, right? We can just wrap your head around that actually helps a lot, to think, oh man, I'm a part of this whole creative thing. Okay, great. So I have the power to create my life. But again, much of it begins with just by knowing where the power comes from, knowing where the source is, and knowing that this is not just happy talk, this is science, right? But because this science has an element of you don't have to, but it works best when you have a belief in it. So in the Christian tradition, folk call it faith, right? Faith, belief. Again, choose what you will to call it. But when you have to, you don't have to, but it works better when you believe it and you attach emotion to that belief, when you believe it fervently, right? And so believing it fervently can be helped by knowing this kind of like the science behind it, like why it actually works. Well, it works because we are, all of us are a part of the original thing that was in the universe for us on the planet, and that thing was a creator. So we're the same qualitatively, meaning we're the same. If I were to go to the ocean and get a thimble of water and bring it to my desk, that's still the ocean qualitatively. It's a different quantitative. It's just different quantitatively. So I am saying that we are the same essence, the same